Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Drew Deeks channel. Talking some Team Canada today. The Olympics are about to start in Beijing in a couple of weeks' time, February 2nd. Got my sister Tracy on board to talk about the ladies and how they're about to embark on their journey to try to bring back the gold to Canada Trace at the Olympics.
Super pumped, super excited. We've got this amazing team that's been put together for these Olympics. Haven't been this excited since Sochi. I missed the 2018 games in Pyeongchang. We were actually overseas. The times just didn't work out. We weren't able to actually see any of it. So super excited. So I'm still reeling off the 2014 gold medal, and yeah, really excited that with the team they put together.
Sochi was a good one. That was a fun one for sure, as was 2010. And that's where in 2010, there was somebody that actually emerged to help lead Team Canada. You might remember her. And I'm just gonna bring this up really quickly because this is a fun clip to lead the way. But you know who she is, folks. MPP. Here she is.
Get the puck. Here's Marie-Philippe Poulin. She shoots. Oh, she says she scored.
Doesn't that get you fired up or what?
Oh yeah, I knew right away she scored that goal. Like it was unreal. Just watching it, and we were actually supposed to. Craig and I were actually supposed to be there because it was in Calgary, and we booked the time off work and everything. And then just with COVID, we weren't able to be in attendance. They didn't have any fans other than their families. So yeah, it was super exciting, and to get that world championship back was unbelievable. And yeah, just really looking forward to her leading the way. I mean, she started back in 2010 with the 2-0 victory for Canada. She scored both goals, and that was kind of her debut on the international level. And she just hasn't turned. She hasn't stopped since. And Sochi is, you and I watched that together. Just something that I'll never forget. We got
There it
outplayed
is.
that entire game. Yeah, we got outplayed that entire game, and just perseverance paid off. And yeah, she got the tying goal, and then the OT winner, and yeah, it was just incredible. And she just has this poise about her and this confidence, and she's unreal, and just the pressure doesn't get to her at all. Like, you can just see when she's out there, she just has one focus in mind, and that's to win, and and basically lead the team, and that's what she does, and she does an amazing job at it.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's refreshing today too, also to, you see the Montreal stuff all over my set and everything, but it's nice to talk about a different team for once. So, and
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
definitely
we
not
won't get
a
in.
definitely not a good year for our Habs, but yeah, we've hopefully these Olympics coming up here. It's gonna be exciting for sure.
Well, the ladies are just like, they're our hope, right? They're our hope for the Olympics. And that's why, like, as much as it's a bummer that the men aren't going, this is always an opportunity. And this is the best stage. This is where Canada shines the most on the women's side. But again, we are going to see some progress also with the women's league eventually at some point too. So, do you think this showing right now is just going to be another reminder to get the ladies more of a full-time gig into a professional league? They've been pushing for it. They're going to continue to push for it, and this is just another great opportunity to do that, right?
For sure, yeah. When you have like veteran players like Haley Wickenheiser, even though she's retired, you've got Cassie Campbell and Jennifer Botterill now that are broadcasting. Like, it's unbelievable to see how far, just really in this last year, that the women have come. And I think that World Championship just really kind of put things into perspective, not just for Canada, but for the world and the hockey level. And to hopefully reward these ladies for literally their lives. That's what they're doing. Just like the men. They're putting their lives. Are like right now they're away from their families. I think for like pretty much the better part of a month to prepare for Beijing. Not just to prepare because of isolation and with COVID, they have to get ready. And yeah, it's just like the dedication that they put into this, and the time and effort that they need to be rewarded. And yeah, I really do believe this is going to be a segue and into that. And we're already well on our way, I think, but there's just a lot more to do. But we're definitely well on our way to the right in the right direction for sure.
So now we have 13 returning players for Canada, 10 rookies. So let's take a quick look at the Team Canada roster, which I will pull up in a second here for everybody to see. So, what are some players that spring to mind for you? Here we go. We got the roster for the ladies. So, who jumps out at you right off the bat as players that you're interested to take a look at?
Yeah, for sure. Sarah Fillier, she's young. She's just got this grit about her that yeah, I think if I remember, she was actually the leading scorer in the Canada U.S. Rival Series here these past couple of months. She led the way in goals for Canada, and you know, you got returning players like Rebecca Johnston. You know, she's just gonna light it up again. I'm sure. Melody Daou, she was amazing in the World Championships. She was unbelievable, and you know it's just some really exciting people to watch. Sarah Nurse, you've got the veterans like Natalie Spooner that's coming back, and Brianna Jenner, Joss LaRock on the defensive side. There's actually only two returning defensemen, Joss LaRock, and I'm trying to think of who the other one is. But yeah, out of I think the seven defensemen, there's only two that are returning. So the Blue Lions young, and they're big, they're fast, they're really exciting to watch.
Now we also have somebody that's going to help to, maybe add an extra spark too, and that's Jamie Liatra. She's the 13th forward. So what do you want to tell us about her?
Yeah, she's they say she's kind of the 13th forward, but you know she's kind of that dark horse. And I was actually listening to Cheryl Pounder talk about her on TSN the other day, and you know I just remember watching her in the World Championships. Like really the first time I can remember seeing her, she was one of the final cuts for 2018, and you know I watched her. Um, I actually saw something, I don't know if it was Instagram where I saw it, that she was just talking about that experience of being cut in 2018, and you know how that drove her to just persevere to make this team. And you know she can play on the power play. You know she could be playing in the first, she could be playing on the first line. Like she's just all over the place, and her speed and her just like the way she skates, it's amazing to watch. And yeah, she's from the Ottawa area, and yeah, so just super excited to see her and what she's going to bring to the team for sure.
Now, this is worth mentioning too. Of course, most recently the rivalry series with the U.S. The U.S. has dominated Canada as of late in the last several years. However, not so recently in the rivalry series. Canada's kind of got their mojo back a little bit, right?
They have finally, yes. It's taken some time. I think what was kind of happening with Team Canada is we were getting a little bit older, and we weren't able to keep up with the speed of the U.S. You know, you think of someone like Kendall Coyne Schofield. I mean, she was one of the fastest. She was in that competition in the All-Star game, and she just blew everybody away. So you know, now we have some young talent, some speed there. So I think we're actually finally at that point where we're able to keep up with them. Where there was a little bit of time there we weren't keeping up with them, and I think that's probably what happened in 2018. I mean, we lost in a shootout, so really like that could have gone either way. But you know, even in the World Championships, because you know that's played every year. This was the first one we had won in I want to say 8 years. So and it's been the U.S. that have won I think every other year since. So we're finally getting back to that level, and it's really really exciting to watch.
Now let's talk about goalies because this name here, Anne Renee Debian. I don't know if I'm saying, is that French
Yeah,
name?
Debian. Yeah, oh yeah, she's very French from Quebec. Her English is a second language, so yeah, super excited for her. She was the third string goalie actually in Pyeongchang, and they're predicting that she's gonna, you know, she'll be our goalie in the gold medal game, and you know she's awesome. Like she was on fire in the World Championships, and so backing her up is Emmerin Smashmeyer and Kristen Campbell. So you know we've got some real depth there. I don't know too much about Kristen Campbell, but Emery Smashmeyer, I follow her pretty closely, and so she's a great backup to have there. So you know, I guess it really could go either way. It's just going to depend on how things go in the first couple of games, but it's predicted that she's number one, and you know it's her net to lose really, and yeah, super excited. I think she's actually um, either she's right from Quebec City or somewhere very close to Quebec City. So yeah, looking forward to watching her and you know finally getting her opportunity because I think she's about 27 or 28. So you know she's been around Team Canada for a while, and just looking forward to what she can do for us.
Yeah, I mean, the Smashmeyer is just a cool name. I just have to throw that out there. I'm like,
Yeah,
she must get she must get compliments just on her on her name alone. So,
for sure.
Now, there is somebody that I want to talk about here with you, a player on Team Canada that unfortunately she's not going to be on this roster, which is pretty upsetting for some, but somebody that you had the opportunity to meet, Mickelson. So just tell us, just the truth about the story, of course, is that it's sad, but that she can't make the team. But just talk about her a little bit, Trace.
Absolutely. It's truly, it is really a heartbreaking story for Megan Mickelson. I think she's about 37, so this was her last chance to break the roster for Team Canada. That picture of her and I when we met back in 2017 was their preparation for Pyeongchang. They actually came up to Grand Prairie. Her husband's actually from Grand Prairie, and so I got to watch her play against our Grand Prairie Storm here. And she was the only player actually that came out to greet people after the game. So I was super excited to meet her. So kind of the backstory to that is that she had an injury on May 29th of 2021. She had a major knee injury. She tore her medial and lateral meniscus, her LCL, MCL, and she had a complete tear of her ACL. So we're talking like basic complete destruction of her knee. And so they said that usually it would take 9 to 12 months for an athlete to rehab from that type of an injury, but she was just dedicated and determined that she was going to get back on the ice to be able to hopefully try to make the team. And she was one of the last 3 cuts that they made last week, and just devastating. And I was just devastated and heartbroken for her, because I can't even imagine the work that went into her rehab just to get her to that point. And it was pretty tough. She had a pretty emotional post on Instagram just about her, kind of a little bit about her journey there in the last couple of months. But yeah, she's just an incredible human being, and unfortunate that she's not able to be there. But so, and I had the great honor of meeting her a few years ago, so I have that personal connection, I guess, a little bit with her. She's just one of those people that you post something on Instagram about something that she talks about. That's kind of where I follow her, and like 99% of the time she actually replies to you, which is for a fan, that's pretty cool when the athletes take their time to actually acknowledge that you've said something to them, right? And it could be just something minor, but she's an incredible human, incredible. Like I watch her on Instagram with her kids, and I can't wait to see actually what she's going to do post her Canada career. I can see her getting into something like maybe in the fitness world, or but yeah, she's an incredible human being. And I'm a little heartbroken for her, I guess, that she didn't make the team, but I can even maybe see her being a contributor to Canada going forward. Maybe on some level with the team, I can see that happening.
Now, who is this? Is this her little son here or something?
Yeah.
This is a really cute picture.
Yeah, that's her little guy. Can't think of his name off the top of my head at the moment, but that's her little guy. He's the oldest, and then she also has a little girl as well. So, incredible to even just be able to come back and play after having not 1 but 2 kids. But yeah, that's her little guy there. I think he's I want to say he's about 6 now.
That's a cool shot. I wasn't sure what tournament that was from, but we recognized a few of the other players in there too. So
yeah, it looks like maybe they're wearing like the Calgary Inferno jerseys, but yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay, well, I mean, this is gearing up to be a pretty special Olympics, I think, for the ladies. We know that they want to bring back the gold. It's pretty clear. I mean, of course, right? But I just think of like Sarah Nurse, who we had the privilege of speaking with on a podcast a couple years ago. In talks about, of course, advancing the ladies game and how the women get a lot of support from the NHLPA. So we're hoping that, again, like you mentioned, that this Olympic showing just blows the socks off the hockey world. They always do. The women are just like, in comparison to the men, like they've been pretty like you talk about 2010, 2014, especially in Sochi, being down 2-0 to the States. And
with
then coming
3 minutes
back
left, basically.
With 3 minutes left. Like this is that is like all world stuff, right? So I think, exactly. Trace, there's no more appropriate way, I don't think, to end this segment with you today, our first Team Canada women's segment, than with something that will fire everybody up. It's probably one of the most famous moments in Canadian hockey history, period. And I'm just gonna let it roll.
I've never seen any penalties in my life. I've never seen anything like it.
It was absolutely atrocious, but you know what?
The Americans had our flag on their floor in the dressing room, and now I want to know if they want us to sign it.
Like, I have tears in my eyes. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
she's such a
unbelievable.
legend. I'll never forget that moment. Yeah. And, you know, I had the awesome, you know, birthday greeting from her last year that you did for me for my birthday when I was back home there. You know, just another incredible athlete. And, you know, I think she's actually going to be involved with Canada probably for, you know, a really long time, because, you know, what she's done for Canada, and, you know, now that she's a physician, like, it's just incredible what she's done, and she's got to that level. You know, it's just it's also, you know, amazing to watch now after she's done with Team Canada, to see, you know, where life is taking her. And yeah, she's also another incredible human being that we're really fortunate to have represented our country for so many years.
Yeah, she's one of a kind, and I think you know, she's a hockey Hall of Famer. I think we're going to see MPP in the Hall of Fame. I don't think, I know.
Oh yeah, that's
So,
not a question.
but you know, it's fun to reminisce a little bit, because 2002 Salt Lake City. My gosh, I'll never forget you driving down the street with Melanie with the big Canada flag just flying out of your car.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that, actually. That's
Like, I
funny.
remember that very well. Yeah, so that
Yeah.
that to me is just like, it's just, I can't even describe that moment. So, wanted to
Well,
bring that up,
sorry.
but
Yeah, I just actually want to, now that you mentioned Salt Lake City, just to kind of go back, when we got the silver medal in Nagano, and that was obviously a huge disappointment for Canada. That was the first time the women's stage was at the Olympics, and we were actually favored to win Nagano. You know, we had done so well leading up to that. We had beat the U.S. so many times, and so that was a huge, huge disappointment and loss for Canada. And then actually, when I was reading a book by Sammy Jo Small that she had published probably a year or two ago now, she was I believe, the backup or the third string in 2002, and the Canada actually lost 8 straight games to the U.S. leading up to the Olympics. So the U.S. were the heavy, heavy favorites going into those Olympics, and then for us to come out on top in the end was just unreal. And that was, I don't know if you remember that gold medal game where the refereeing was absolutely atrocious.
well,
And
that's what Haley just
Canada,
said
yeah, yeah,
at the beginning
and
of that clip.
Canada,
Yeah.
Canada had like I think 7 or 8 penalties like in a row. Like it was just unreal, and to see the perseverance in the end there was just unbelievable. So, you know, that was the fact that they lost in 98. I think just pushed them even further to get to that level in 2002. And the way that that game went and the result of it is, you know, that was the beginning for us. And then we ended up winning in 2006, 2010, 2014. So four Olympics in a row, gold medal champions, and so close in 2018. And yeah, I really truly believe we're going to be back there this year, and super, super excited to watch. I hope the time change isn't too crazy, to be able to watch the games. I said to my husband Craig, I said, you know, if the game's at 3 a.m. for the gold medal, you know, I'll be up watching.
Of course you will. Of course you will. The diehard fans, we will be up watching. You can bet on that. Well, this has been fun. So let's look forward, hopefully, to talking some more about this team, especially as games get rolling, starting on February 2nd or somewhere around that time frame, when the Olympics in Beijing do begin. So thanks for jumping on, T. This was great.
Yeah, super excited, and looking forward to hopefully being able to talk to them in a couple weeks again. And yeah, just can't wait to see them in action and see where we go.
Go Canada, go, baby. All right.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.